as if the Lions mattered anyway. We got chance at 5-12. Any games you see on this schedule that matter?
They're tying the Eagles.
Tying the Eagles.
Yeah. It's gonna be like,
I like that.
they're gonna be down like 21-0 at halftime, and they're gonna fight back, and it'll be like 31-31 going into overtime, and then just 4 and outs or 3 and outs for the rest of the game probably.
Definitely.
You guys owe me $10 if I call that right.
I like that week before matchup with the Rams. That'll be pretty cool to see Goff and Stafford go off against each other with their different teams.
I'm looking for that LA Rams game. Where is that there?
October 24th.
All right. Oh, yeah. Right before the Philly game. Okay.
Yep.
Lock.
We good on the Lions? All right. We're moving forward here. Next up, we got the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, Bears. Oh.
All right.
Sorry. Oh.
Gage, what do you got on the Bears here?
The Bears, I got 8-9.
8-9.
Bears at 8-9. I got them losing both games against the Packers, but I think if they pull 1 or 2 of those out, it could swing the division this year. Could be interesting. I think if Justin Fields turns out to be what people think he could be.
Dumb man.
The Bears could be a team to watch this year, I think.
Definitely, and it hinges on those Green Bay games. All right.
Definitely.
Mills, what you got for the Bears?
I got the Bears at 6-11.
6-11.
Oh.
Ouch, that's going to hurt.
Well, you guys don't think Trubisky's going to start or what?
Bring him back.
Andy Dalton, QB1. Don't forget.
Yeah, I don't know. The Bears got a sneaky good defense. I mean, people really overlooked their defense a lot just because of how bad Trubisky and Foles' show was last year. They had some moments, but I mean, their defense kept them in every single game. So we'll see if they can keep it up.
Hell yeah. I got the Bears going 10-7. I think that defense is going to carry them. They found a way to win games with Trubisky last year, and I think maybe they start out a couple games with Andy Dalton, but I'm not sure that they do necessarily. And I think they're in a rush to play Justin Fields, man. They need to make a splash here. They're trying to save some jobs over there, so I would definitely expect to see some Justin Fields action. I think he's going to do better than Trubisky, and I think they're going to wind up looking pretty good this year, especially with that defense. C-Loke.
That defense is legit. You kind of forget they're there when you're paying attention. Hopefully you don't pay that much attention to Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles, but I mean, yeah, you got to think Justin Fields is going to be an upgrade over whoever they threw in at quarterback last year. You'd hope. Is a rookie. If he grows appropriately, I can kind of see that stretch in the schedule at the end. Actually, never mind. It's going to be tougher at the end of the year. Now I'm looking at it here. We got Baltimore. Looks like Detroit. That should be a victory, but Arizona, I got to figure, is going to be tough. I think that defense can't be any worse than it was last year, so I think it's going to improve. I see this team definitely making the playoffs, probably in a wild card spot. If I were to pick a game that's going to be most important, I might head down to Week 18. So I was at last division game. Maybe Chicago's record's a little bit better than you think, or maybe it's not. But that Chicago game could be big. Say they're heading into that game at 11-5. It depends, what the other teams are looking like in the NFC. That could be a make it or break it week to find out if you're in the playoffs or not in the playoffs, playing for that wild card spot.
Definitely. Just wanted to shout out to Focus Rez. He says the Bears are going 0-16, so we'll see how that goes. I know everybody's loving that here. So
are they not playing Week 7? Are they not playing Week 18? I wouldn't either if I was Chicago.
No, they'll just run a. Hey,
They forgot. They had an extra game.
They're old school. OGs up in this chat, bro. All right. I got the Minnesota Vikings going 9-8. I think it's going to be a rough year. Man, I feel like they kind of peaked with Kirk Cousins. Although they should have a nice running game with Dalvin Cook. See how it goes, but I got them at 9-8. And mostly just not playing well in the games that they need to play well in, I think is going to be the theme of their season. So those division games and things like that. Gage.
I got the Vikings at 6-11. I agree with what you guys are saying with they got offensive weapons, their defense is all right, but I'm just not a big believer in Kirk Cousins, man. I think the guy's not really a great quarterback, to be totally honest with you. He hasn't proved it really. I like to point at the one play that he had where he kneed the ball instead of spiking the ball. That's one of my favorite NFL plays of all time. But I think even 9-8 is optimistic for the Vikings this year. I think Kirk Cousins is not going to get the job done.
He's a phony.
I think he's a phony.
Mills, what you got?
Yeah. Well, I went pretty biased here, but 15-2.
Wow.
Obviously winning the division there. Yeah, I get what you guys say about Kirk Cousins, man. I'm not a firm believer in there, but feel like he's got that defense we really upgraded. We signed Patrick Peterson on there. I think he's going to help those quarterbacks tremendously. It's going to go back to the old defense where you want to watch the defense more than the offense this year. Just my gut feeling, I hope. Mike Zimmer, God, he had an off year last year, and injuries just piled up. Just wasn't obviously an old 5-star, not what you want to do. Have to battle your way back all season, but I'm feeling pretty good. I think Kirk doesn't have to do a lot. If everyone else, obviously he has terrible history in being big time in the big time moments, but you got Dalvin Cook back there, dude. He's a beast. He's so good. He makes that offense click, and when he's playing good, they're tough to beat, man. They run it down your throat, especially when you get in that third and fourth quarter. It's rough if you're up on them, and we're just going to be running the ball.
Yeah, feel like we might have underrated them a little bit here, but we're big Packer house, so we'll let it go. We evened it out with Mills here, putting them at 15-2, so I feel like they got a fair shake. What the hell? Again, they're gonna have that nice smash mouth running with Dalvin Cook. Hopefully, Kirk Cousins just doesn't muddle it up too bad.
That's all you pray for. Yeah.
Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers.
Champ has one last thing to say.
What's up?
I just want to talk to a Viking fan here. We're going 11-6. I believe they're going to the playoffs. But do you think Mike Zimmer is going to be the coach there the following year if they don't make the playoffs? Has Zimmer ran its course?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my question. If they don't make the playoffs, do you think you move on from Zimmer?
See, and I think that's what's behind all these defensive signings. We got, I can't remember all their names, but we got that guy that opted out from the Baltimore Ravens that we signed the year before he opted out for COVID. And we got Danielle Hunter back. I really think it's a make or break year for Spielman and Zimmer.
Definitely. So on the hot seat, if they don't make the playoffs, I think they're probably looking to kind of move on.
They're on the mild seat. Yeah, if they start out 0-5 again, those talks will be coming up for sure.
Definitely. All right. Green Bay Packers. Who wants to start this one off?
I'll go.
All right.
We got them at 13-4. Sorry.
Ooh. Nice.
Love it.
I mean, they're the Packers. I mean, you guys. Okay, I'll say this: if you guys got Rodgers, always have a chance. Obviously, that. So I mean, I just don't feel like any games really without reach for them, especially when they're clicking on all cylinders and they're up in the game. Man, they're hard to fight back down.
Definitely.
And game I'm looking forward to is that Kansas City Chiefs game when I actually have the Packers winning that, and it's in Kansas City.
Wow.
Gage, what you got?
I got the Packers at 10-7. I think a lot. I was
So do
really
I.
hard.
Hey.
Interesting. As a Packers fan, I mean, it's really hard for me to actually pick these games just because I feel like it depends on what happens with Rodgers and how he's going to actually play in the season. And like I said before with the Bears, if they just choke the games against the Bears or something happens, I don't know. I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, I think
So
the
I have the
division games
Packers
are
winning
always
the
a toss-up.
division, but
You got them winning the division, you said?
yeah,
Yeah.
I got them winning the division, but
Yeah.
I go either way.
The division games are always a toss-up. And, oh, man. Smurfalick says we're disowned. For what? Putting them at 10-7? We're just being realist here. I think those division games are always a toss-up. You see a couple tough ones there with Kansas City. I don't know what the heck Minnesota or Arizona's going to be this year. I see them on all the schedules here, and I don't know what to pick in that game. I mean, they're kind of like lightning in a bottle when you got it, but so I put them at 10-7, tied with the Bears record-wise. Smurfalictus says 12-5 is being a realist. What says you, Chance?
6.
That's 11-6.
That schedule, I feel, 11-6. I kind of look at the schedule here, and I feel the very first half, Green Bay's really going to benefit from. Yeah. We go San Francisco, Pittsburgh. That could be a tough one, actually. Then you got Cincinnati, Chicago, Washington, Arizona. I really, truly do see all those as being some wins. And then we play Kansas City. I kind of see by not really playing anybody, and things are going to be looking good. And then I think it's going to kind of slide a little bit. Can't personally remember the last time Green Bay played Cleveland, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I want to say it's Christmas time, so I would also say I've kind of got 2 predictions for these guys. If Rodgers ain't there, I'm saying 6-11, and man, that might be generous. I just don't know what we're going to get out of Jordan Love if that's the case. Maybe another matchup to look forward to on this schedule would be, per se, if Rodgers is traded. San Francisco was once a target. Washington was another name mentioned. What if we're going into those games and we're playing against Rodgers? So that would definitely make for a very interesting matchup to watch, I feel.
Definitely. Well, I know Rodgers will be here, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to stick with my 10-7. He'll be here. And I was
never know, man. Never know.
Yeah. Well, I was open to some other ideas, but
I think we said that about Favre at one point too.
Well, I think that's a different situation. I mean,
well,
Rodgers
we
is
didn't
under
expect him.
contract. Like his options are play, retire, or I guess hold out for a trade. But I don't see it happening.
You imagine if he retires and comes back.
I don't know, man. I don't know about
Anything's
that.
possible.
As a tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah.
After playing
5 years
baseball.
later.
Excellent.
I'm sure, him playing outfield really translate to playing the position of tight end in the National Football League.
So
Get real.
the division winners, me and Chance had some ties. So, Mills, you had the Vikings winning it at 15-2? 15-2?
Yeah.
What? All
Yeah.
right, Gage had a clear-cut winner with Green Bay at
10-7.
10-7. Chance, you had a tie between Green Bay and the Vikings, and who do you have taking the division?
I feel in this season we're probably going to split those games. It's probably going to be one of those weird ones where we go win it in Minnesota and they come win it in Green Bay, especially if I go to the game. I never get to see Green Bay win in Green Bay. I only see them win in Minnesota. So, yeah, I'm going to say that Green Bay's going to take it. I don't know how that's going to work out with tiebreakers and such, but I feel like they're going to end up splitting. But go Green Bay.
All right, Green Bay. And I had a tie between Green Bay and Chicago at 10-7. And of course, you know me. I'm a realist. I had to go with Chicago. I think they're going to take the division this year. Could have the Rookie of the Year playing there with Justin Fields. And that defense is really going to hold them up. It's going to be a rough year with the turmoil in Green Bay. The Lions are going to be the Lions, and the Vikings always mess it up. So we'll take the Bears going to the playoffs and winning the division.
It's our year. It's our year this year.
We'll see.